Guys, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Teniola and I go by the name Tennis Natural here on YouTube. Happy New Year, everyone. This year is going to be amazing because I can feel it. So if you're a first timer, if you're just seeing this beautiful face for the first time, you're welcome to my channel. Please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell button so that you get notified when I post any video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. Thank you. I really appreciate, and I do not take it for granted. So please go ahead and like this video, comment, and let's just get started. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about things you should know before getting your nose piercing. As you can see, guys, your girl got her nose busted. Like, if you know me, I have zero tolerance for pain, and if I can do this and you want to do it as well, trust me, you can. Okay, so the first thing I wish I knew before getting my nose pierced is doing my research. Guys, if you really want to get your nose pierced, do your research, okay? Because I actually got to know about these things after getting my nose pierced. So do your research, make sure you are not sick, make sure you are not having cold, blocked nose, nasal congestion and all of that, because you don't want to pierce your nose and then you're blowing your nose all the time. It's going to be really painful, guys. It's going to be really painful. Okay, so the next thing is the pain level. Is it painful? It is not painful, but it is not the way people exaggerate it. The pain is just like, it is not like, oh no. If you have seen video of people doing like that, guys, they are just, I don't want to say exaggerating, but it's not as painful as it looks. And another thing is, are you going to bleed? No, you are not going to bleed unless your piercer did something wrong. You are not supposed to bleed. I have pierced my nose twice, and both times I did not bleed. Like, there was no blood. But now note that although there was no blood when you pierce your nose, the blood is going to come right after. Okay, so I got my nose pierced and I was like, okay, there was no bleeding and all that, but I wasn't prepared for the bleeding that is going to happen during the healing process. So please know that if you are going to get your nose pierced, the healing process is actually more painful than the actual piercing. Like, the healing process takes longer and it's going to be more painful. It's going to get swollen. It's going to, worst case scenario, it's going to bring up pus. So you need to be prepared for all of that, okay? And don't get your nose pierced because people are doing it, because at the end of the day you are going to regret it. Get your nose pierced because you really want to get the piercing. You want it. Don't do it because your friends are doing it and you just want to feel among and all that. If you want to, if you like piercings, if you like nose adornment and all that, there are fake piercings, there are fake studs that you can just put on your nose and then it will look good. You don't have to bust your nose open, okay? That gun that they use for piercing, no, don't do it, okay? Don't do that. That is going to give you trauma. Okay, let me quickly give you a background story of what happened when I first got my nose piercing. So I used to love nose piercings a lot. Like, since I was a teenager, I fantasized getting my nose pierced, but I couldn't do it because I don't know how my family are going to take it, how they are going to react, especially my mom, and then I just can't hold this pain. So the day I got my nose pierced, I wasn't prepared. So that is how you're watching this video, right? You already know you want to get your nose pierced and you are making your research, right? So, but in my own case, I did not do any of that. I just went to work, I came back, I decided to check my mom at her store, and then I got there. I met my mom coming out of her store with my little cousin. She came for holiday, and you know, when kids come for holiday and they're going back, you have to buy them stuff, right? So my mom was trying to buy her jewelry and all of that. So we got to the woman that sells jewelry by the roadside, because my mom's store is located in a market, open market. So she was selling jewelry, and I asked her if she has magnet nose studs that I can put without piercing my nose. So she said, why do you want to use magnet nose stud when it's not going to stay, it's going to even hurt, blah blah blah, just get your nose pierced. And then I looked at my mom and be like, should I? And then she said, if you like it, why not? She actually paid for my nose piercing. That was unbelievable, guys. That was unbelievable, because we have never had this kind of conversation, and I've never asked her on any of that. So, and she told me that she actually likes nose piercing too. She would have loved to get one, but she cannot hold the pain. So the woman was like, no, your nose is kind of soft, it's not going to hurt, it's just going to be quick, and you know, blah blah blah. So she got this side pierced. I've actually closed it now because I did a lot of wrong things, because I did not make my research. Okay, so things I've learned with this nose piercing are what I'm telling you now, because I actually got the other side pierced. So let me just continue with my story. So she brought us the earring, the ring, the stud she was going to use to pierce my nose. It was this normal popular studs they use for babies in Nigeria. I don't know if they do it in other countries, but people in Nigeria are very familiar. It is called tondo. So that is what she used. She placed it in the gun, but this woman did not give me the chance to actually choose where I want my piercings to be. She didn't give me any of that. She just looked at my face and be like, okay, it's going to look good here. She just did it. Meanwhile, I have a small nose, as you can see, and so she puts the piercings right here, just very close to my, like, outside of my nose. It came really down, and okay, so before we get into that, she placed the gun, and then she did what she had to do. But let me tell you, the pain is very traumatic. It was quick, yes, but it sends chill down my spine. It sends really tough pain down my brain. I didn't get myself for a few seconds, though it was short, like few seconds she's done, but the pain was quick and traumatic. So she did that, and then I looked into the mirror, and I did not like the position of my piercing, but I couldn't take the pain of telling her to remove it and then pierce somewhere else. So I just leave it like that, thinking I'm going to grow on it and I'm going to grow to like it. Sure, you get. So, but that didn't happen. That did not happen because I just did not like the positioning. People were complaining about the positioning. It wasn't safe where it was, so I wasn't comfortable with that, but I was still nursing it, trying to, you know, think I'm going to get to like it, or probably because the stud was just too big. When I put a smaller stud, maybe it's going to look good. So I was still managing it. So that day I left. Did I feel pain? It was just few seconds, and then after that, it is just normal ache that you feel when something happens to your body. It is nothing your body can take. Yes, it is nothing your body can take. So she told me to take pain relief when I get home. I did not even do that. So she said 3 days, after 3 days, I should remove the stud and then put the one I wanted to put. That after 3 days I can do that. So she gave me shea butter to always apply on the piercing. So guys, this is another mistake I made. This is another thing I wish I knew. Do not change your piercing. Do not change your stud too quickly. In fact, it is not a matter of days, because I changed mine in 3 days. It is not a matter of days. It's a matter of months. 4 months after getting your nose pierced, that is when you should change it. Okay, let me say 2 to 3 months, that's when you should change it. That's approximately 60 days, not in 3 days. These are the mistakes I made. And the 3rd day, I removed the piercing. I removed the stud, and then I insert the one she gave her. They were tiny. So as days goes by, I realized the stud she gave me was sinking into the piercing. That means the piercing has swollen by now, and the stud was just sinking inside the piercing, and I was confused. So this is when I started doing my research. This is when I started watching videos, and then I came across the aspirin powder mix. I came across the sea salt. I did not know anything about these things. I did not know anything about Aftercare. The only thing this woman told me is to apply shea butter. That's all, okay? That's all she told me. She said, don't put it, don't try to mop it with warm water or hot water or any of that. Just be applying shea butter. That's all she said. And I started watching all these videos, and I was seeing people saying sea salt rinse, silent rinse, aspirin, blah blah blah, and I was seeing all of that, and I saw that they said do not change your nose stud too quickly, and I'm like, oh really? Okay guys, so I was nursing this, and then I was just doing everything I can. I was putting apple cider vinegar mixed with water on my piercing. Don't do that. Hey God, don't try that, because the wound started getting bigger and wider. Like I was having a very big hole on my nose, and like I said, it was close to the outside. It was so painful, and it was bleeding anytime I'm in the shower and I mistakenly eat, because it's outside, right? So anytime I mistakenly rub my hand off it or my sponge gets in the way, it's so painful. So like I said, the healing process is more painful than getting the actual nose piercing. So few months after that, I think about 2 months, I got really tired. At this point, it has started closing up. It has started healing a little bit. I had to change the stud to a longer stud, and that's it, without the screw. I didn't put the screw this time. If you want to get your nose pierced, please don't put that screw. Don't, okay? It's not it wasn't a good experience. So like I said, after 2 months, I got the bump. I got the bump both outside and the inside of my nose. And let me tell you guys, the bump is still there. The bump is still there, both outside and inside, but just tiny. They call it keloid or pierce nose bumps or whatever they call it. But what did I do? I had to close this piercing. So I was in my house. I was tired. I was bored. I'm just like, today I'm getting the other side of my nose pierced. Now let me tell you this. Like I said, this woman did not give me the choice to choose where I want my piercings to be. So, and I've always wanted my piercings to be on the left, because most times I see people having their piercings on the right. So I just want mine to be different. So you know what I did? I took eye pencil, normal brow pencil, black, and then I marked the other side of my nose. And then I marked the actual place I want my piercings to be. I actually did it a few times just to see how good it looks on me. I marked that, and then I went to this woman that used to do my nails. I told her I want to close this nose piercing, because I've actually been to her side. I've actually gone to her to do something about this one, which she did. But still, I just don't like it. Was starting to heal at this point, but I just don't like the location. I don't like the positioning of that piercing, so I had to remove it and then go to her. But I told her this time that I don't want the gun, and she said she doesn't even own the gun, she doesn't have it, so she's going to use office pin to pierce my nose. Now let me tell you, comparing the gun, the pain of the gun, and to the pain of the office pin or pin in general, let me tell you, the gun is quicker, yes. This one, the pain takes longer, but the pain you have with this one is terrible. Though it is short, but it's terrible, and that is even why I got the bump, because my nose was traumatized. But this, you know, she was just inserting it little by little. The skin around your nose is getting prepared for the puncture, for the hole. So it's going to take longer, but it is not going to send sharp pain into your brain, your body is kind of prepared for the kind of pain it's going to give. And like I said, this one took about 7 seconds to pierce, while this one took about 15 seconds. So it depends on you. If you want to go for the gun, you can. I've seen people that did the gun and did not have issue later on, but this is the best decision I made, and I'm so glad I did that. First of all, I love the positioning. She did it and then she inserted a stud without the screw. She just inserted the stud, and because office pin is very tiny, it's not fat, right? The stud she put in just stayed in there. It was tight and it was just there. Very nice, very beautiful. I mean, one of the best decision of my life. And yeah, that was it. So 2 weeks into this, I did not touch it, I did not roll it, I did not try to bring it out. I just left it in there. So after about 2 weeks, for 2 weeks straight, I did not put makeup in my nose. After 2 weeks, I attended a friend's wedding and I had to do makeup, but I told the makeup artist to be very careful that I just got my nose pierced, and she didn't get makeup around it. And even when she was done, I tried to use Q-tip to clean, because the stone got stained, right? So I just tried to clean it a little bit just to pop the stone out. So that's what I did. I didn't wear makeup. It is not like it is bad to wear makeup, but you don't want to irritate that area, okay? So yeah, so after 2 weeks, it started to swell as well. It started to swell, and it was just doing almost the same thing this did. The only difference now is that this is up there, it is not down, so I can go around, I can go away, get away with it. So I ordered the sea salt. I bought antibacterial bar soap. You know, I was cleaning it every morning. I was spraying my sea salt mixed with water. I watched videos on how to measure and get the ratio right. So I was doing all of that, and my stud was still sinking. So my stud started sinking as well. So I watched videos on what to do if my stud starts to sink. So in the video, I got to know that I just need a longer stud, a stud with a longer pin. So I just purchased this one. I bought this one, and then I used tissue. I placed tissue on hot plates for it to be a little bit hot, and then I placed it on it to just soak out the water that it might have, you know. I just used that to soak it out, and then I placed the new stud, and I've had this stud since December, early December, and this is January. So my nose is healing so nicely at this point. And yeah, that's it. So it's been a few months and I'm good, though they are crusty sometimes, so I just go ahead and clean the area, and I make sure to not get makeup on my piercing. I'm going to do a little bit of recap of everything I've said. So the first thing you should be mindful of is do not get your nose pierced with the gun. Go to a professional if you have to. I think those people also give Aftercare solution. I think they have Aftercare solution they give their clients ready for the healing process. Most people that got their nose pierced are not ready. I wasn't ready for the healing process. The healing process hurts more than the actual piercing. You need to be mindful of that. You need to put that in your brain, okay? It's not going to be unbearable if you watch this video, so you will know what to do. So give yourself the joy of choosing where you want your position, your piercing's position to be, okay? Do the trick I did by using the brow pencil to mark where you want it to be on your face. With this, you will know that it is your own decision. It is totally your decision. Don't let somebody just look at your face and give you and bust your nose wherever they feel like it's okay. I had to live with that regret for like 2 months straight, and I don't want that to happen to you because I love you. So the next thing is to have some kind of solution. It could be a saline solution, it could be sea salt solution. It is nothing hard. just get sea salt, not the regular iodine salt. Oh, that is going to worsen your case. Okay, use sea salt, and make sure it is not too salty. The water is not too salty. Always clean your piercing every morning with Q-tip and antibacterial soap. Just go around it and clean it with warm water, and you are good to go. Don't turn your piercings. Okay, I don't know if I mentioned that. Don't try to roll it or turn it. Leave this place alone. Don't get makeup on your piercings. Another thing you should know is you're going to bleed. You're going to bleed for like a month straight. You might not, but in case you do, just be ready for it. It is not like a pool of blood. It's just like spotting. Okay, your nose is going to swollen and you might bleed. So be ready for that. And also another thing you should know is when your nose finally gets swollen and your piercing, your stud starts to sink, just remove it. You can remove it this time. Place tissue or clean clothes, cotton clothes on a warm pot or hot plate, and then place it on it to soak out the excess moisture that could be in it, and then get a longer stud. You can apply shea butter on the stud, on the pin of the stud, and then insert it, and make sure it is flat so that you will not get that bump, that keloid, so that you won't get it. And make sure it is flat, and then leave it alone. Okay, leave it alone. So another thing you should know is it's going to take longer to heal. No, see, it is not going to heal in a week. It is not going to heal in 2 weeks. Your nose piercings properly will take approximately 6 months to completely heal. I wasn't ready for this, so you should be ready for this. It takes 6 months to heal completely. So don't be in a rush. You don't have to be in a rush to use that nice stud, that nice ring, that hoop, that blah blah blah. Calm down. A little bit of 6 months not going to take a long time, but if you think of you have healed properly, like 3 to 4 months, you can go ahead and do your thing. Okay, so that is all you need to know. Maybe that is not all, but these are the things I've learned in my own journey of my nose piercings. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm enjoying, guys. The positioning is making me happy. Okay, it's making me really, even if I'm going through a lot, I'm going to keep maintaining and make sure it healed, because the positioning. Gosh, am I going to get any other part of my body pierced? I'm going to say no for now, but I believe in never say never. But I don't think I fantasize any other part of my body being pierced aside my hair, because I only have just one piercing on my hair. I don't think I want to do all this area. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it. It is a similar Aftercare, and that's it. So that's all for this video. If you like content like this, please let me know in the comments. If there is anything you have experienced that you want others to learn from, please let's make the comment section interactive. Put it down in the comment. If there is anything you did that works for you, please put it down in the comments. Let others learn from your mistake. Okay, so go ahead and like this video if you like it, if you love it, if you love content like this. Comments down below. Subscribe if you are a new subscriber. You're going to love it here. And that is all for today's video, and I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Happy New Year once again. Bye.